This World War II soil secret triples any harvest. So why was it buried for 80 years? You know, during World War II, food wasn't just about survival, it was strategy. Nations that could grow more food with fewer resources honestly had a pretty decisive advantage. With fertilizers scarce, supply chains broken, and millions to feed, wartime scientists and farmers were, well, forced to rethink soil itself. And what they discovered, honestly, shocked modern agriculture. Fields treated with a specific soil-building method during World War II didn't just survive. They actually outperformed modern chemically fertilized farms, producing up to 2 or even 3 times higher yields, even decades later. Yet today, this method is rarely mentioned, barely taught, and often dismissed. So, what was this soil secret? And, why did it vanish? The forgotten World War II soil breakthrough wasn't a chemical fertilizer. It was living soil. During the war, agronomists observed that farms using deep composting, carbon-rich soil amendments, and microbial regeneration consistently produced higher yields, even without synthetic nitrogen or phosphorus. One of the most powerful tools was this biochar-like carbonized organic matter, combined with compost and crop rotations. This created soil that could, hold 3 to 5 times more water, store nutrients instead of just leaching them away, and support vast microbial life that fed crops naturally. In test plots across Europe, Asia, and the Americas, these soils outperformed chemically fertilized fields within just one growing season. And here's the shocking part: those soils stayed fertile for decades. Why does living soil beat fertilizer? Well, chemical fertilizers, they feed plants directly, but they end up starving the soil itself. Living soil, on the other hand, nourishes microbes, fungi, and bacteria that form these incredible underground networks. These tiny organisms convert minerals into nutrients that plants can actually use, protect roots from disease, and, believe it or not, can increase nutrient uptake efficiency by up to 700%. They also help build long-term soil structure. During the Second World War, scientists made a discovery that modern agriculture has largely ignored. Plants don't really grow food, it's the life in the soil that does. So, why was this knowledge buried? After the Second World War, the global fertilizer industry just exploded. Factories that once made explosives and chemical weapons were quickly converted into fertilizer plants. Ammonium nitrate, which was used in bombs, became the go-to nitrogen fertilizer. Governments subsidized it, corporations marketed it, and universities started teaching it. But there was a catch. If farmers switched to regenerative soil systems, they wouldn't need to buy fertilizer every single season. So what happened? Regenerative methods were suddenly labeled as unscientific. Compost systems were left out of agricultural education, and long-term soil trials were quietly defunded. Farmers were simply told, just add more fertilizer. Within 30 years, soils that used to thrive were depleted, compacted, and biologically dead, forcing farmers to use even more chemicals just to keep their yields up. The hidden cost of modern farming is, honestly, staggering. Today, over half of the world's farmland is considered degraded. Chemical fertilizers might give quick growth, but they also kill off beneficial microbes, acidify the soil, increase erosion, and reduce the nutrient density in our food. In fact, studies now show that fruits and vegetables contain 30 to 60% fewer minerals than they did back in the 1940s. Meanwhile, those old WWII-era regenerative plots, they still outperform modern farms, and they do it without chemicals. Now the secret is resurfacing. The truth is finally coming back to light. Modern regenerative farmers who use those WWII-style methods are reporting 2 to 3 times higher yields, 70% less water usage, and nearly zero fertilizer costs. Their crops are resistant to drought and disease. The secret was never really lost. It was just buried.